In Utah tonight, authorities are considering shutting down a popular destination for adventurers. It's a cave which has now been declared a public hazard after a young father died inside.
Trapped upside down in a 10-inch wide narrow passage within a cave for a harrowing 27 hours, what began as an exciting caving expedition for John Edward Jones with his family became a desperate struggle for survival. This is the story of John Jones and the Nutty Putty Cave disaster. On November 24, 2009, John Edward Jones and his family and friends visited the treacherous Nutty Putty Cave, located in the heart of the Utah desert. Its dark and winding passageways had claimed the curiosity of countless explorers over the years. John, a 26-year-old with a passion for adventure and a dream of becoming a pediatric cardiologist, was accompanied by his brother Josh and their father on many caving adventures. Despite considering themselves experienced cavers, John hadn't been caving much since getting married, having a 1-year-old daughter, and with a second child expected in June, while also being a medical student at the University of Virginia. During the Thanksgiving holiday, John returned home to visit family, planning a day trip filled with hiking and a dive into the Nutty Putty Cave. From 1999 to 2004, 6 people had become stuck in Nutty Putty's panic-inducing tunnels. The 3 tightest squeezes, the Helmet Eater, the Scout Eater, and the Birth Canal, earned ominous nicknames due to these incidents. Authorities closed the cave in 2006, seeing its dangers. In May 2009, the caving organization Timpanogos Grotto set up an online reservation system for Nutty Putty, allowing only one group to explore at a time. Despite this system, many found the cave challenging and often required rescue, leading authorities to implement a permit-style system requiring at least 2 experienced cavers per group. Fortunately for the Jones brothers, Josh and John were fit for the job. Many considered Nutty Putty a beginner's cave, with sections like the Big Room and the Maze being easy to navigate. The final hurdle, a 70-foot vertical drop, known as the Birth Canal, tested courage and skill. Even experienced cavers often got stuck, leading to panic and fear. Nutty Putty's narrow passageways and aptly named sections quickly became a well-known marvel among explorers. As they navigated tight squeezes and expansive rooms, the thrilling underground journey promised excitement. However, a terrifying event would soon change everything. It was a chilly Tuesday, just before Thanksgiving. The brothers, accompanied by family and friends, ventured deep into Nutty Putty Cave. What started as a routine caving trip soon took an unforeseen twist. The group explored a large chamber called the Big Slide. Later, John, Josh, and 2 friends broke off to find a more challenging passage known as the Birth Canal. They split up, wriggling into alcoves and passages to look for it. Excitedly, John took the lead, choosing a waist-high hold to explore, squeezing through the tight confines. But what awaited him on the other side was far from expected. John believed he was in the Birth Canal, but had taken a wrong turn, entering an unmapped section of the cave near Ed's Push. Within minutes, he realized his mistake. He saw what he thought was a larger opening and tried to squeeze in head first, pushing with his hips, stomach, and fingers. However, he found himself stuck with no room to turn around and unable to wriggle back. Pressing forward seemed the only option. He saw an opening dropping nearly straight down, appearing to widen at the bottom, offering a spot to turn around. But he had made a mistake and done something cavers are taught not to do. Despite his experiences, John went headfirst into a tight spot, going downward. To fit and slide over a lip of rock, John exhaled the air in his lungs. But when his chest expanded again, he was stuck. Struggling to free himself only made him slide deeper into an even narrower section. With one arm pinned underneath him and the other forced backward by an outcropping of rock, John found himself helplessly wedged upside down at a daunting 70-degree angle. Trapped below ground, John's caving instincts kicked in, trying to remain calm. But as time passed, his hope dwindled, and the walls seemed to close in. He struggled to free himself from a space no bigger than a monitor. Realizing his struggle against gravity was futile, he shouted for his brother. Josh, realizing John's perilous situation, scrambled quickly through the muddy walls, desperate to free him. He attempted the same route, but going feet first, But the cave had other plans, pulling John deeper with every attempt. Josh reached his brother's location. Seeing his feet flailing and realizing how serious the situation was, determined not to give up, Josh made several attempts to free him and prayed together, but he soon realized they needed professional help. Wasting no time, Josh exited the cave. As hours turned into an agonizing wait, John was at the cave's mercy. The downward angle of his trap placed significant stress on his body, requiring his heart to work exceptionally hard to pump blood. Around midnight, local rescue volunteer Susie arrived, introducing herself and keeping John company as they waited for the rescue team. The situation grew increasingly dire, and the obstacles more daunting. John had endured over 3 hours upside down, experiencing more discomfort than outright pain. Rescuers brainstormed ways to free John, considering lubing the cave walls, drilling through rock, and using a rope pulley system. But the cave's narrowness and John's upside-down position made it extremely difficult. The narrow cave system made bringing tools nearly impossible, and only small, wiry rescuers could maneuver through the tight spaces. Adding complexity, only one person could be with John at a time, making a quick rescue even more challenging. Exhaustion set in, and with John's arms immobilized and his legs unable to help, it became a race against time. With each passing hour, John's physical and mental state deteriorated. His organs pressed against his lungs, making breathing harder. Despite his experiences, he began to thrash and panic. The rescue team worked tirelessly through the night, but they came to a horrible realization. The angle of the tunnel meant they couldn't bend John's body backward without likely having to break his legs, which could potentially kill him in his weakened state. Yet, in a heartwarming moment, rescuers managed to connect John with his wife through a two-way cable radio, providing a glimmer of comfort. Finally, the breakthrough came. The rescue workers decided to install a pulley system anchored to the tunnel's walls with climbing cams to pull John out. With 8 men working in perfect tandem, they began the challenging task of pulling him up. Each pull caused excruciating pain due to the highly sensitive nerves in his legs, but they pushed through, inch by agonizing inch. After 19 hours, John couldn't move his legs to help, and they considered breaking them to free him. But things seemed to be progressing slowly. Then, disaster struck. As the team pulled, the rope snapped. A stone arch holding the rope shattered, and the nearest key bolt broke off, hitting John's closest rescuer, Ryan, in the face. The entire team fell backward, and John slid deeper into the crevice. With Ryan seriously injured and exhausted, a new rescuer took his place. Tension rose as they desperately tried to reach John again. He was now completely unresponsive. The clock was ticking, and the odds seemed stacked against them. Dave, Ryan's father, spent an hour re-establishing the pulley system. While trying to tie the rope back onto John, he got himself stuck for nearly 15 minutes. Eventually freeing himself, Dave found John barely breathing and unresponsive. John had gone into cardiac arrest. Rescuers gathered near Ed's push to discuss their options. A medical professional would need to determine if John had passed away. At 11:56 p.m. on November 25th, John was pronounced dead. The heartbreaking reality sunk in, and the rescuers were forced to leave empty-handed. Around 137 rescuers worked tirelessly for 27 grueling hours, facing their most formidable challenge. Despite their dedication and bravery, retrieving John's body from the treacherous cave was too risky. Nutty Putty Cave became John's eternal resting place, after authorities realized that attempting to pull his body out would endanger more lives. In the aftermath, the cave was permanently closed to the public and sealed with concrete, its secrets and dangers forever hidden. John's family ensured his memory lived on, placing a plaque at the cave entrance as a testament to his life and the sacrifices made to rescue him. Despite heroic rescue efforts, they couldn't free John, leaving behind a legacy that serves as a reminder of the allure and dangers of exploring these hidden underground realms. I hope you enjoyed the video. If this is the type of content you enjoy, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. I'm hoping to make 1 or 2 videos a week, just like this one, on all sorts of scary and interesting topics. Additionally, if you have a story suggestion, drop a comment down below and let me know what it is, and I will check it out. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.